Hi girls, I'm going to take a couple of minutes and show you how to complete the project proposal that you need to do for your Silver Award and also where that's located up on our Troop website. So if you'll go on your computer and go out to troop10402.org, so I'm going to go to www.troop10402.org. I've been meaning to bring up a Troop website for a couple of years. We used to have one long ago for photo sharing, and I thought it'd be helpful to have one just to kind of keep us organized on our work toward our Silver project. The website has like a main front page. I'll update this fairly periodically with whatever is happening next. So right now I'm recording this on January 23rd, and we just had a Troop conference call, so I've got the information for the call. So whatever's up here will change and list what's going on with our next meeting. And then across the top, there's links to a couple of resources. There's a page on all the cadet badges that are available that you can work on. These are the same that is in that red 3-ring binder you have that says Girls Guide to Girl Scouting. So if you want to work on a badge, you can come up here, read the requirements for it. It's in a PDF file, so you can print it off and complete it. There's also a link that includes information on the leadership awards that we can earn. So these are the ones you earn for giving leadership in the community or to Girl Scouts. Some of you have already earned some of these, like the Service to Girl Scouting bar or the Program Aid pin that we earned at Twilight Camp. And the one I want to focus on now is the Silver Award. So if you click where it says Silver Award, I'm going to keep everything related to all of us working on our projects on this page. I'm going to call out a couple of things that are here. On the left-hand side, there's a list of all the different steps you have to do to complete the Silver Award. The words make it look harder than it is. It's pretty straightforward. You have to come up with your Silver idea and the people you want to do it with. Remember, you can do it with up to 3 other people. And you also have to pick an advisor. This can't be your parent. It has to be an adult, either a troop leader or someone in the organization you're doing the project for, to be your project advisor and help you with tips as you go through it. Then you write up a proposal and submit that to the council. I'll help you with the submission process. They have to approve your project, and then you can start work on it. Once you're all done, you write up a Silver Award report and turn that in, and then you're finished. The whole thing has to be completed by September 30th, but I'd really like to get it started and worked on and mostly done by summer, just so we're not all stressed out once 9th grade and high school starts. For each of you, if you look on the website, there's a link that has your name on it, and this actually takes you to a Microsoft Word document that I've put together for you to fill out for both your proposal and for your report. So let's pick one of these. I'm going to pick, let's pretend that I'm Sydney. So I'm going to click on the link here that says Sydney. And that'll open up the Word file in Microsoft SkyDrive. This is like Microsoft's version of Google Docs. It allows you to take any file and store it online. And so this document, it's about 20 pages total in length, but it's divided into 3 sections. The first section is completely optional. You don't have to do anything with it if you don't want to. It's just to kind of help you get your ideas squared away. But the first section is for planning. So if I scroll here through the file, you'll see there's kind of like a little welcome letter from me. Then there's a paragraph here that explains what the Silver Award is. There's a paragraph that talks about finding a project advisor, and if you're going to work with other girls, the requirements for your team. And then I've got 3 pages of just Silver Award ideas. These I found on an older Girl Scout website, so they're a couple of years old. And I'm not suggesting you do any of these specific things, but just take a look at them. You'll get a sense of what other girls have done for their project. One thing to keep in mind now is that Girl Scouts wants the projects to be what they call sustainable, which means that after you're done with a project, it will go on, or someone else could do it too. So to make a project sustainable, let's say I'm going to do something like I'm going to do a food drive for homeless people. I might write up everything that I did for the drive, like if I made posters or something, and turn that over to the homeless organization so they could do the food drive again next year, even after you've moved on. Or maybe you would write up instructions for like a Brownie or junior troop to do it. So as you scroll through, there's a whole bunch of different ideas here. And then there's a section here where you can just type in information. So let's imagine that I'm Sydney. Over here in the upper right, there's a button here that says sign in. So I'm going to click on that. And you're going to sign in with the credentials that I sent you an email. So that is your name, S-Y-D-N-E-Y, and the number is 10402. So I'm doing this as Sydney. If I was doing this as Rachel, it would be Rachel 10402 at outlook.com. And then the password is troop 10402 with a capital T in troop. So TROOP 10402. We'll go ahead and sign in. And you'll see then it says Sydney Thompson now in the upper right. Let me know that I'm signed in as Sydney. And then once you do that, you can make changes to the file. So I'm going to click here where it says Edit Document. And if you forget, there's a little picture of it right here in the middle. And I'm going to edit this in the Word web application. That will allow me to keep it online, and I'll make changes here in the browser. I don't have to have Word installed. You can even do this from an iPad if you want to. It's kind of hard to type in, but you can. And then let's scroll down back to where we were. So we're in that very first part of the project proposal. And Sydney, for this recording, is kind of a joke. I've started some things for you. So let's say Sydney is interested in track and field sports. She wants to keep puppies and kittens safe in our community, and she likes working with homeless veterans. And so for her project, she wants to give a puppy or kitten from a shelter to homeless Army vets as a way to encourage them to reconnect with our society. Maybe that's her idea. So you don't have to fill out this part. This is just for brainstorming to kind of help you pull your ideas together. Sydney, maybe with this, she might think she wants to work with Humane Society. And who else would work with kittens? And maybe a Petco, because they do pet adoption. And other community resources. Well, Dan is an Army vet, so we'll put in Dan. And who else? Maybe, I know someone, the mayor of Chanhassen is really big on pet adoption. And then maybe there's a Humane Society club at Pioneer Ridge Middle School. I'm making this up, but you get the idea. So you would kind of list the different people who might help you. Again, this is optional. You don't have to do it. It's just to kind of get your ideas squared away. And then there's also a section to list what you might spend money on and where your money might come from, and then the things you need to do for your project. Again, this is optional, but it kind of helps you just kind of get it all fleshed out and thought through in your head. Then if you scroll a little bit farther down, this next section, this is the actual proposal, so we're just going to print off this middle section and turn it into the council. And this is what we have to fill out, and then the council has to approve it. Now there's a part in here that if you open it up in the web app like I did, it looks really funny. It's a table of information for your contact info. I'm going to come back to this in a second. I'll show you how to complete that. I'm going to just kind of scroll past it. So if you go a little bit farther, down toward the bottom, there's really about 7 or 8 questions you have to answer in the project proposal before you turn it in. They want to know what community issue you're going to work on and what you hope to achieve. So imagining I'm Sydney giving kittens to homeless vets. I want to make the vets happy with animal companionship. You get the idea here. And I would go ahead and this should actually be like a full paragraph kind of explaining what you're going to do for each one of those questions. And that's it. Then we'll print that off and send it in. Then the proposal itself gets approved by council and you can start working on the project. Once you're all done, if you scroll a little bit farther down, there's a section here that says Section 3 Final Report. And so this is kind of like your write-up of the project once it's done. And so what we'll do here, again, there's a weird part. We'll hold that. We're going to come back to it. What you would do is complete, so a little farther, there's these reflection questions you have to put in. So like, what did you learn about yourself? How did you address it? What were the results of the project? Any numbers here are good. So, Sydney gave away 23 kittens to 18 homeless vets. 2 people got 2 kittens each, however the math works out. You also have to keep track of the time that you spent. So Sydney, for example, if I remember, she came to the Silver Award workshop that we had over at Bluff Creek Elementary last year. So she could put in, that was in March of 2013, she came to the Silver Award workshop. Any work that you do learning about the Silver Award actually counts toward your hours. That was 2 hours long, and our whole troop, actually not the whole troop, but some girls were at that. And then let's say on February 5th, 2014, Sydney walked around Chanhassen looking for kittens, and she spent an hour doing that, and it was just me. So as you go through the project, you have to write down what you did and how long you spent at it, and then you'll add all those up down at the bottom, and it has to equal 50 or more hours for the project to be completed. Okay, now as I'm working here in the file, you'll notice there's a couple of places here where it just doesn't look right in the web application. So in order to fix that, you can actually open up the file in Microsoft Word if you have Word installed on the computer. So right here where it says Open in Word, I'm going to click that, and it's going to prompt me to download the file. And it's going to open up Microsoft Word. Now, on my computer here where I'm recording this, I've got Word 2013. If you've got Word 2010 or Word 2007 or 2003 or Word for the Macintosh, it'll open it up in that version. If anything doesn't work here, if you get stuck or just doesn't seem to be working right, let me know, and I will help you with that. I can just pull the file down and email it to you. You can work with it. We can even just print it off, and you can write it up, and then we'll type it up when we're all done. It doesn't matter. If you keep it online, that'll make it a little bit easier, because then I can see you as you work on it, and I can help you. But so now let's scroll down to the first part of the project proposal. We'll see. Here we go. So remember, this is the table that didn't quite look right. There it is. So now that I'm opening up in Word on my computer, I could go ahead and finish the rest of the that part of it. And then if you wanted to, I'd be happy to type this part up for you too. So if you need help, let me know, and I'll fill out your contact information part. Then I'll go ahead and save it. That'll save it back up online. Close Microsoft Word, and then here I'll go back to the browser and refresh it. It's actually still there in the web page. It'll save those changes. We can still look at it and see it. So if I scroll down again here in the web version of it, we'll see that it's updated Sydney's contact information. So the advantage of doing this edit in the web app is it keeps it online, and you can do this from any computer. Otherwise, if you're at a computer with Microsoft Word installed, like most of the school and library computers do, you can click and edit in Word and save it, and it'll save it back up online so we can all see it. Then on our Troop website, on the page that says Silver Award, if you scroll down a little bit farther, Dan and Angel and Patty and I are going to keep track of everyone's progress. So as you complete each one of these steps, we'll put a little X in the box. And the reason I'm doing that is so I can kind of tell where people are at a quick glance. The other thing that will happen is as we get toward the end of the school year, some of you have softball and soccer starting up. Some of you have summer horse programs. Some of you have dance recitals. You may have to put your project on hold for a little bit and then resume it, and that way we can make sure it doesn't become the end of August and people haven't even started yet. So it'll just be a way for us to kind of stay on track. Does that make sense? If you have any trouble at all, just send me a text or an email or give me a call, and I'll walk you through it. If you have trouble kind of opening these files or getting them downloaded, I can also just send it to you in email. You can work with it offline. But I like keeping it all in one spot just because we can all see it and work with it. And then finally, just for fun, I put a section up with troop photos on it. So I've got pictures going all the way back to 2005. And so as I have time, I will post events, pictures from our different events up here. So if you want to go in, like, here's our troop archery thing, you can go in and look and see the stuff that we did. I still have to get some of you out there to do that, because that was really fun. If you want to have fun after today, go check out the troop photos. There's a whole bunch of them up there. So that's our troop website. It's troop10402.org. And then if you click on Silver Award, that's got all the stuff with silver on it. And I'd like everyone to kind of get started on that. We'd like to get our proposals in here over the next month or so, so we've got time after spring break and before the end of school to actually work on the projects themselves. Again, let me know if you have any questions or any of the leaders, and we'll help you out. Thanks for watching.